going to create another program that is for simple interest. So I am taking simple interest, the name of class. Okay, I have written the wrong spelling, but we will correct it inside the program. Coming to the editor. Okay, again I am going to import our package, import java.util.scanner. Okay, after that I'm taking the class simple interest. So you can see that the name here also has been changed. This is the main class and this is the name of the file. Both should be similar, so it has changed by itself only. Now I'm taking public static void main, and this time I have taken this particular simple interest program because I want to tell you that how to deal the float variables. So if you are taking some floating point, then the spelling I have written wrong, static. Okay, the public static void main. Then what I'm going to do, I'm taking scanner ob equals to new scanner and system.in I'm taking. After that, now as I have to take in like product of PRT upon 100 I have to take. So that would be like in decimal numbers. So whenever we want to deal with the decimal numbers, it is necessary either we take float. Float is for floating precision. That is, if we want to take decimal number, we have to take float or double. In Java, float is not implicitly available. That is, it is not defined by default. But we can use float explicitly. So basically, we have the option to use float also. Float data type basically takes 4 bytes into the memory, but the double data type, we will discuss the concept of data type in other classes, the theoretical concept that I will discuss. Now I was taking P, R, and T we can take in integer also. T is the time. We can take time in integer also. We have declared different variables. Now I'm just going to ask to enter the user to enter the values. So system.out.println, enter principal amount. So enter principal. So what I have to do, P equals to ob.next float. ob.next float I am taking. Okay, this time I'm taking next float. So when you have to input the floating numbers, that is the decimal numbers. So for float, if you are taking this float data type, you have to use next float. For integer, you have to use next int. So now after float, I will take, after this I will take rate of interest, enter rate of interest. Okay, so I am taking it as R, and next time we what have to do, we have to take the time and enter time in year, suppose in year. So here I am writing next int because I have taken integer for the time, so we will take next int. So this way we can deal with different data types. Now I'm just going to take a variable like I'm taking float si for simple interest, p into r into t upon 100. Okay, and we will just print system dot out dot println, and I'm writing simple interest, and here plus si we are taking. Okay, this way we can work with different data type. I'm going to compile it and we will run it. First of all, I'm taking 45,000 as principal. Then rate of interest, I'm taking 5.4, and I'm taking 2 years. So you can see that simple interest has been calculated. Okay, so this way we can work with the different data types, like I was telling about the floating data type is signed if we want to scan the floats. So this is the program. Just see once again, this was the program. Okay, another thing which is there, that is if we want to take double, like double also is for floating data type only. That is float is single point precision floating point. Okay, and double is double precision floating point. Double stores 8 bytes into the memory. It can occupy 8 bytes into the memory, but float can occupy only 4 bytes into the memory. For double, you have to use next double. And next program I'm going to create, and in this program I'm going to tell that how to deal with characters. it is a bit different as compared to the integer, float, and double. So I'm taking the I'm taking name. I'm taking the file as name. Okay. So if we want to is inputs a single character, so there is a different phenomena. Let me tell you. Import java.util.scanner, and here I'm taking a class. The name of the class is name itself. Public static void main string chargs. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, here I'm just going to take the scanner ob equals to new scanner and system.in. Okay, after that I'm taking a character. First of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to input a single character. So if a person want to input a single character, suppose I'm taking ch a variable and I'm writing system.out.println, and I'm writing the message enter a character. Character means a single alphabet, enter a character. Okay. Then we can take ch equals to ob dot next dot charAt 0. charAt 0. This is required when we want to scan a character. So this is the way of inputting a character. If you want to input a character, then system.out.println, and I'm writing character is and plus ch. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to compile the program. Okay, I'm just going to compile. There is no syntax error, and I'm just going to run this program. Oh, sorry. Okay, this time I am going to enter a character, and you can see that the character has been printed. So if you want to take a single character as input, we can just use this particular way of taking input of a single character. Now, if we want to take a complete name, okay, so for that I'm just making changes in this program. I am just going to make changes here only. So string is a class, and I'm taking name a variable, and I'm going to write enter your name. String is the class basically which can input a collection of characters. So a collection of characters, or we can say array of characters if you want to take. And I've taken string name. Now how to input name? So we can take ob dot next, and this ob dot next is basically used to input a complete word. If we want to enter a complete word, we can take ob dot next. I was just telling that if we want to print the name, then I am taking name, and here I'm taking name variable, name like this. So now we can input a complete word. If you want to input a word, so we can do that. I'm just going to run this program, and okay, now I'm just going to input my name. So you can see I have entered the name. Okay, I am again going to run this program, once again going to run this program, and I just want to show you something else. Actually, it is, the window is open. Let me close it. This output window should be closed. Okay, enter your name is here. Now I'm writing, this time I'm writing Surya Saxena. So I have input the complete name with a space. So if we have input the name with the space, then it is not taking the name completely, it is terminating it when the space is started. So basically it cannot, the value, the way, basically the way which we are using in the program does not support the spaces. If we want to take the spaces, it is not supported anyhow. So here you can see that if we want to take the complete name with the space, we cannot take. So how can we take? We can use nextLine here. So we can use nextLine here, and I have just used nextLine. And now I am again going to compile the program and run the program. Now when we will run the program, you will see that we would be able to enter the complete name with the spaces. So Aishwarya Saxena I have written, and there are spaces also. You can see the spaces are also getting counted. So in this way, we can just deal with the different characters. Like if we want to take a single character, we can take next dot charAt 0. If we want to take a complete word, then we can take next. And if we want to include the spaces also, then we can take next line.